Hello and welcome to another Point Blank tutorial. In this video, our lecturer Rory Walker shows us how to make adaptive footsteps in FMOD combined with Unity. This video is straight from our Audio for Games module. If you want to find out more about that and the other courses that we provide, please check out pointblankmusicschool.com.
Hello! In this video we're going to look at creating an adaptive footstep system for our map in Unity using the global parameter feature in FMOD. It's a pretty basic requirement in modern games that you will hear different footstep sounds depending on the type of surface that you are walking on. Before we go and make such a system, let's have a look at how the footsteps are triggered in the Unity project that you are using for your assignment. This project is set up exactly the same, it's just a different map. And if we go to the player, which is in fact a first-person controller, you'll see that this script is linking to 3 different FMOD events: footsteps, jump, and land. So these are the 3 things that your character can do. This script is in fact provided by Unity. I've just adapted it to call FMOD rather than Unity sounds. The point is that these sounds are called by the script based on how you walk or whether you run, how you jump and land according to physics and various other factors. These sounds are not coming from an FMOD emitter, unlike the other sounds in your map. In the FMOD project that we provide for you, you will already have these events up and running. The first thing we need to do is decide what our default footstep is going to be. And in our case, it makes sense for that footstep to be a grassy sound. To add these into a multi-instrument quickly, simply select all of the files and drag them onto the track in one go. I'm using a total of 8 different footstep sounds so as to get enough variety that you don't notice any repetition in the steps. We can also add random modulation to the pitch and volume of this multi. Let's see how it sounds now. If I build this event now, these sounds should go directly into Unity and replace the footsteps that you were hearing before. If we want to make our footstep system adaptive, first of all, we need to create a parameter. For this example, I'm going to use a user labeled parameter. We could also use a continuous or discrete one, but the advantage of a labeled parameter is I can simply call the grass steps grass, water steps water, and don't have to think so much about numerical values. I'm going to call our parameter surface. For our map, we need 5 different surfaces. So that's value A through E, and the initial value will be value A, the default footstep. This parameter scope is going to be global. The reason for that is twofold. First of all, local parameters point at emitters, and these footstep sounds are not coming from an emitter. Secondly, we wish this surface parameter to apply to the jump and land events as well, and for that reason it needs to be global. Before we leave this pop-up window, let's just label our parameters. In our parameter sheet, you will now see the different labeled surfaces that we have available. At this stage, it may make sense to move this multi-instrument from the timeline sheet into the grass surface sheet here. So let's create a similar multi-instrument for a different surface. I'm going to do this on a new track, which gives me better options in terms of changing the volume or perhaps EQing the different sounds or something like that. Let's go and collect our gravel footsteps. So before I go and finish the event here in FMOD with all the multiple layers, let's try and get this change in footstep surfaces working in Unity. This area here is the one that I wish to ascribe gravelly sounds to. To trigger the change, we're going to need a collider. So first I'm going to create an empty object. I'm going to label it gravel step zone. And on it, I'm going to place a collider that will fit this shape. So in this case, a sphere collider. Let's make it bigger and move it into position. That looks about right. Let's remember that we want to use it as a trigger rather than a physical collider. And then let's add the new FMOD script, which is the FMOD global parameter trigger. The main difference about the global parameter trigger is that it doesn't require a studio event emitter to make it work. We can simply trigger that when we enter this sound as the player, the global parameter surface will move to value 1. Value 1 being the next discrete or labeled category that we have here. And let's try it out. Here I have grass footsteps. And here I have gravel footsteps. To make this work a bit better, I'm going to copy this script, paste the component as new, and also add in a trigger exit script. This way it will always return to the default when I leave the gravel area. So that's working nicely. We can then continue to fill in the other areas and get them to work with their own sphere collider zones. So here is my complete FMOD event with 5 different footstep surfaces. Let's just hear how they sound in FMOD first of all. Grass, gravel, stone, sand, and water. Let's build and go and see this in Unity. Here I have the 4 finished spherical zones. Let's see how it sounds. And there we have it working nicely. But you might notice that jump and land are of course still using the old assets. What if you wanted to make these adaptive as well? Well, first of all, the jump sound is not really surface specific, so I wouldn't worry about that. But with the land sounds, we could simply repeat the same thing. Use the same global parameter. You will immediately be given the 5 options that you had available before. Fill in different land sounds for your different surfaces, and the existing colliders that you have in Unity will already work to change these sounds because it's a global parameter, so they're feeding off the same data. Hopefully, having watched this video, you can create nice adaptive footstep systems for your assignment map.